Beautiful beings, how's it going? It's been several weeks and I came out here with the camera ready to go, clean SD card, ready for all of this footage, and then the battery faked me out. I thought the battery was full. I don't know where I put the one that I charged, so we're on my phone. I hope you can forgive me. It's like a lot shakier, the sound's not as good, but I'm like, I already came out here with the motivation and the intention to film a garden tour and to say hello to my YouTube family. So we're out here and I happen to have my phone on me. So let's just do this. Look at this garden. Look at these flowers. These marigolds right here at the edge of the watermelon bed, they are all the way up to my chest. They're amazing. Grown from seed. And look at these watermelons, everyone. These are petite yellow watermelons. So like this one is pretty much full grown. What do you think? Those of you out there who know how to identify by lump? I think it's got a little bit more time. There's some babies hanging on. There's actually one big one right here. See that? Huge. I think it's about time to harvest that bad boy. And then we've got a watermelon vine going up the fence here. And there are a few babies on it. There's a baby over there. I don't know if you can see it right where my finger is. Also going up. So these pole beans have taken over. I had beans all along this, but these watermelons took over. So I'm kind of just seeing what happens. I don't think they're doing very well because they're not getting adequate sun. They're crowded out by the watermelons, but these beans are starting to blossom up at the top. They're going up this tree. I'm just letting them run wild. I haven't seen any baby. Do we have any beans? There's some action starting. Here's the garden from this view. Look at all of that beauty. Look at all of that action. I love it. So right here at the edge of this bed, we have the Blacktail Mountain watermelons. And they're looking all right. This one's getting nice and big. These are red watermelons. I only had 3 that survived, and then all these yellows survived. I just have random bean plants going up this tiny trellis I bought impulsively one day. A couple of heavy hitter okra plants. These lettuce seed pods are finally drying out, everyone. So now I know how to harvest lettuce seeds. Pull off one of the pods. Look at that. Seeds. So I've got to come through here and gather all of these lettuce seeds to plant when things cool down. Here's some baby sage I've got to separate. And in this pot, I finally have mullein taking off. It's so furry. I'm gonna have to separate it and see if I can spread it out a bit. These carrots are dying back, so it's time to pull them all up. Let's see what we've got going on here. Oh wow, it was getting really rooty. Yeah, they're ready to be harvested. This one's a fat one. Check that out. These are the Pusa acida black carrots, but they're really rooty. I've been harvesting all of these carrots, and I just left these to try and see if they'll get bigger, but I think they got crowded out by these marigolds I put here, and they were done. They were like, you know what? We served our purpose. We gave you a lot of good carrots. Look at these beautiful babies. White zinnias. I had a random seed pocket from ages ago, and they're prospering in this pot. I cut a few for my mother yesterday. I made my first home bouquet. I'll put a picture up. These are little snapdragons. And then these are some, oh no, this one burned up. It was just alive this morning. It was a Cosmo. I've got a red okra plant here. I transplanted this one and this one when they were really big, and those didn't make it, but this one's coming back. And this is a bush bean. And this is a bush bean, dragon's tongue and red swan, I believe. This is some transplanted motherwort, marigolds. This blackberry bush is taking off. I need to move it from this pot into the ground for it to really have fun. But all these plants have come back. These are all perennials that I bought last year. I didn't even think this was going to come back because it was an annual. But it's a beautiful annual that actually does come back. All right, what do we got going on over here? Look at the corn. It's actually blossoming. I don't even know what size these husks are going to end up being because this corn is so close together. I've just experimented. So as you can see here, it's very crowded. I left this side alone, and then all the way down here on the end, I thinned it out a bit, as you can see. I thinned it out a lot on this half as an experiment, but so far I don't really see a difference. These were already taller because they were planted first. And look at these sunflowers growing so tall. This one's already like 8, maybe 9 feet. And sunflowers are popping up all along the back of this. Check them out. All of these are sunflowers. And they're already forming heads. Look at this one. This beautiful head is forming. There it is. Coming soon. I'm so excited. This chocolate mint has really taken off since I gave it a big prune. It's taken over this whole pot. That spearmint's doing well too. So along here, we had a lot of heavy rains that caused my peppers to get some sort of fungus disease, and it took out a few of my plants, maybe 2 or 3. So this is what I'm left with. I've got sweet heat peppers here that I've been harvesting a few of them already. I'm gonna leave this one because I like them to turn bright red and get a little bit of heat to them before harvesting. These are some habanero peppers growing right there. They're orange habaneros. Right here, I've got some red Thai chilies doing really well now. They bounced back. There they are. These are some red Thai chilies, I think, some more. These are some tangerine dreams. I already picked one earlier today. Looks like we got a King of the North pepper here. This one will turn red. See, that's all shriveled up and dead. I'm not sure what's going on with that one. Jalapenos. Some more peppers over here. These are sweet chocolate peppers. Oregano that's looking a little bit unhealthy, and so is this Greek oregano. That's Italian over there. But it's all good. This whole entire bed is on a rehab right now because we went away for a week to North Carolina to visit our friends and to attend. I was going to attend a women's festival with Aura, the Matriarch Rising Festival, which will also be happening next year. I hope to see you all there. I'll drop a link below if you want to know more about what that festival was. But I left my tomatoes and they were already very, very fragile. Like, they're getting so tall that these skinny little bamboo stakes that I had them on were not working, and they were all falling over, and there was so much rain the whole week we were gone. So they got diseased. I had to prune the heck out of them, take most of the leaves off. There were tons of caterpillars and hornworms. And so I came out here yesterday and spent like 4 hours just rehabbing them. Matt put some T-poles in the bed for me. We put a little plastic fence and trellis them all up that, and they're doing so much better. And look at all these tomatoes. So we have great white tomatoes. Look at that. So many between 3 plants. Some more. Sunrise baby tomatoes. I'm pretty sure this is ready to eat. We should try it. This will be the first one. Sweet. I like it. You can see the tie-dye design more on the green ones. It sort of fades out once they ripen, but I'm going to pick those later. And then we've got more of these cherry tomatoes that volunteered from last year. They're doing amazing. I'm harvesting tomatoes out of here every day, you all. Like bowls of tomatoes every day. And then I've still got a ton of green ones up here at the top. But look at this. More white tomatoes over there. These are pear tomatoes. See, there's some ripe ones in here. Costoludo tomatoes. These gorgeous heirloom tomatoes with these funky rings on them. I just love them. They grow so weird. More pear tomatoes. See this little bit of sickness right here? I mean, that was everywhere all throughout these, which is why they're looking naked, but they're much healthier and happier. And my tomatoes are going to thank me because they were getting eaten. Look at all these nasturtiums coming up. These are orchid cream nasturtiums. Look, this one's really hot pink and beautiful. And these are tip-top Alaskan salmons. There's a new one coming out. They're good too. I pull them off and eat the leaves, and I put the little flowers in meals, and they just taste sort of spicy, but they're yummy. This entire plant is edible. All right, moving on over to this bed here. I realized that intuitively I did such a great job planting the okra next to the basil and then moving these 3 marigolds that were outgrowing the side. I moved them here, and look, they're actually shading out. The okra and the marigolds are shading out the basil, which needs a little bit lower of a temperature than we have now because it starts to bolt. But with this shade, it hasn't bolted at all, and it's doing so well. I gave it one huge pruning, and it exploded, and now it's doing very well, so I'm happy. Very happy about this accidental but intentional planting that I did. I didn't do much planning. I kind of just went throughout the garden and intuitively put seeds where I felt like they would work. Did a little bit of Googling here and there on companion planting, but for the most part, this is all from the heart. Let's go down this wild jungle bed here. This is red okra. I don't have any fruit yet. Or maybe I do. Is that fruit starting? I've never grown okra, so I don't know what it looks like starting out, but that looks like it. These little farts, these Japanese beetles, look at them. Disgusting. I catch them and put them in a jar and give them to the chickens, but so far they've been behaving. They've just been munching on a few okra leaves, so I'm like, okay, you can eat a little bit, but if I see you on something else, you're gone. Like at one point they thought it was okay to eat my zinnias, and I started killing them, and then they moved to the okra, and we have a understanding. This lavender plant, I don't know what happened, but it's trying to make a comeback. And then I've got these gorgeous plumes I've been cutting and putting in bouquets. I started yesterday. The pink zinnias. All right, so coming through here, I'll come around. You can see how tall this okra is. I mean, it is like almost 5 feet tall. It's got a lot of Japanese beetle damage, but that's okay. Some marigolds in here competing for the sun. And then I don't know what I'm gonna do about this because as you can see, this beautiful motherwort in here, which is a great herb. It's a nervine, good for the nervous system, good for anxiety. This is her beautiful motherwort. She's getting shaded out by all of this okra and squash. And I don't know how well she's gonna do in there. So I don't know what to do about that. Maybe it's just an exercise in letting go. We will see. So here's the squash. I mean, just look at this. The squash was taking over. I planted too many plants and I couldn't let them go. So they were just going all over the garden. I couldn't walk anywhere. Nothing could grow. So I put T-poles and a fence. That's my fix for everything. And I let them grow up this. And so far it's sort of working, but I mean, it's pretty intense. I'm still redirecting leaves, as you can see. What do we have growing in here? Look at that. This looks like a future patty pan. Maybe the flat white boar squash. Oops. It's funny. It's interesting how they're all wilted now because this rising, all of the flowers were just boom. They were open and blossom. I think I have a video I'll insert now. All of the bees were eating them. Give you another view from this side because it's hard to see what's going on in there. I think I've got some zucchinis to show you though. Yeah, there's one. That one's getting pretty big. It's probably ready to harvest by now. There's another one in there. Oh yeah, really big. Anyone know why these puffballs show up? I mean, these puffball mushrooms like took over the bottom of my cucumber area. They're everywhere. They are all opened up so they could spread their spores. See that? That's how the mushroom spreads its spores. But does anyone know why they're here? And does anyone know if they're maybe what killed my cucumbers? Because I don't understand. Everything's doing so well and my cucumbers died. So I harvested them today and I don't know what's gonna happen with this area. I guess I'll pull them out and start over. I have no idea what happened. Was it the buffball mushrooms? Was it a fungi attack? I don't know. These 3 random tomato plants are doing well, not producing as much as the others, but still giving us a few tomatoes here and there. And now that these cucumber plants have died, these 2 sour gherkin plants are starting to expand because they're getting some sun. They were getting shaded out by these, so maybe this will just turn into a sour gherkin situation. Here's another zucchini. Hey, Big Daddy. Ooh, it's a big one. That's about 9 inches. Definitely ready to harvest now. I'm not gonna harvest it though because you need to see this photo of the zucchinis I harvested this week. There are so many in the house already, like 4 ginormous zucchinis we need to eat. So I just wanna leave these on the vine for now. Okay, flowers, flowers, flowers. I'm getting eaten up by mosquitoes. This is yarrow and more echinacea. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why nothing is coming up, but I still have hope. Maybe something will come up. Looks like I have a few baby seedlings coming up here. I made this patch violas, which are edible flowers. They're super beautiful. These are some transplanted marigolds, some transplanted motherwort. My rainbow zinnias that have taken off. Look how gorgeous they are. I cut a few for a bouquet yesterday. Beautiful. Look at this. Gorgeous. And the bees have been so happy this morning. They were just going crazy over here. Look, here's a bee right now eating one of my unwind dahlias. Gorgeous. Hi, little bee. I'm so happy that my efforts to enjoy more beauty is giving you nourishment. So this echinacea, I'm so excited to see it sprout. It's getting a little shaded out by these dahlias, but look at these dahlias, this peach color. These reds over there. This is the one the bee was just eating. Look at that. Beautiful. Now my bachelor's button, I don't know what happened. This cornflower bachelor's button, they're supposed to be these indigo bright flowers. I don't know. They are looking unhappy. And more dahlias over here. It's gorgeous red. More of these yellows. And then this is a patch of pink zinnias that did so well. I gotta take note that my garden really likes zinnias because they all are just doing fantastically. And there it is. Really quickly, because I'm just getting eaten alive by these mosquitoes. I should have put on some clothes. I got shorts on. But check out these squash plants. I don't know if I told you all about this trial bed. I found this wooden frame in the woods randomly, just like leaned up against a tree, dragged it out, filled it with soil, and put a bunch of pumpkin and butternut squash seeds. And now it is exploding, and I'm so surprised nothing has eaten it yet because it's outside of the fence. We have no deer, nothing trying to eat it. My chickens, I've left it alone. We'll see what happens when squash starts growing and or pumpkins. So far, so good. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, are we blessed or what? I almost forgot to show you all the chicken update. My chickies. We have finally completed the brand new coop. Here it is. This is an extension off of what was already a barn here that was here when we bought this house. And ignore this big trash pile right here that will eventually be cleaned. This old coop right here is going to be the new infirmary And that's gonna just be moved right here in some area, and it'll be used for when we have chickies that need to be separated. We'll probably build a little extension for them or something, but that'll be for chicks. And also in case any of my adults ever get sick and need to be separated, then they will be put in that. And then this is the main situation. Right now we have a temporary dog setup. Oh, I'll tell you all about that later, but the dogs were acting very irresponsible around the chickens. So we've been having to separate them, give the dogs a few hours, put the chickens up, give the chickens some time to range, put the dogs up. It's a long story, I'll tell you later, but this fencing is temporary because we're gonna have our contractors come help us close this part in as well, like a barn right here, and then also give an extended run for the dogs. We're just waiting on the 8-foot fence to come so it can be the same height as this. And so the dogs will also have a more extended area to relax if we ever want to put them away. You know, if we're having an event here and they're being disturbing, which they usually are. Just a place for them to chill, even though they're usually out free roaming, as you can see. Hi, everyone. Let me say hello. Don't come out. Come on, come on, come on. We're going in. It's a bit dark in here, but as you can see, this is like their little area. I just threw some scratch grains down so they could munch. But if you look at it from this angle, they've got nesting boxes, a little ramp. We're gonna probably put some perches up here so they can have high places to relax. I'm gonna put some curtains in there, remove some of this extra stuff, and you know, make it a nice place for them to hang out. And then from this side of it, you can see that this is the exit into the dog area. It's a dog area for now, maybe like a goat area one day, we don't know, but for now it's like the dog stall, so we can go right through there. And there's chicken wire all along the top so that nothing could ever come and try to grab my babies. And they have a little door opening right here through this door so they can get in and out. And here's the outside from the inside, as you can see. There they are. All of my babies. I'm pretty happy with this. I got some food, everybody. Here you go. They're all trying to get out. And he's chilling right there. Come on, chick, 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 chick. Look. Move out of the way, dude. Everyone's trying to get out. Chick, 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 chick. Come on, men. Look at that. Food. Aha. There you go. That's how you get them to move. Come on, everyone. Be sweet. This one right here, her name is Jade. She's a bully. She's at the top of the pecking order and she demands all of the goods. All right, everyone. Have a good dinner. Have a good dinner, beautiful. Good night. We're about to have dinner and I just want to show you this salad I just made completely from the garden. I'm gonna come over here to the good light. Look at that. Cucumbers, zucchini, tomatoes, my sunrise baby tomatoes, sunrise bumblebee, which are orange and yellow colored, and topped with marigold petals. Beautiful! I'm so excited to try it. I also added some vinegar and honey and pepper for flavor. Yeah, yeah. Woohoo! Come back this way. love y'all. Thanks for sticking around for the garden tour. And we're now at the local playground, letting our little baby swing. She loves to swing. See you next time.